Hey everybody, it's Christina from Creations with Christina. Welcome back to another Monday motivation video. Today I wanted to show you how I do watercoloring using my Stampin' Up ink pads. I have a piece of watercolor paper and I am going to go ahead and stamp out my image, which is this cute little lantern set, which comes from the Today and Everyday stamp set. So I'm just going to stamp out this one right here. I want to make sure I have that centered, so I went ahead and already stamped it out onto my Stamp-A-Majig. So I'm just going to go ahead and line this up. I'm going to take my stamped image along with I'm using my StazOn black ink, and I'm just going to go ahead and ink up that image. I bumped this, we're just going to make sure this is centered. Just like so. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp out my little lanterns here. So we're just going to make sure we get it nice and crispy stamped crisp onto our watercolor paper. So I pulled out a couple of different inks. I have my Basic Gray, my Pear Pizzazz, Lost Lagoon, and So Saffron. So I'm going to start off with my Lost Lagoon, and we're going to do that in the biggest lantern here. So when you want to watercolor with your ink pads, or if you plan on using your blender pen or anything like that, what you want to do is squeeze your ink pad, and that will transfer the ink from the ink pad to the lid of the ink. So I'm just going to go ahead and open that, and that creates this little palette here. I have one of my favorite, I love these paintbrushes. I believe I got these at Hobby Lobby in a package of a couple different ones, and they're great. I never lose any of the bristles or anything like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and ink or wet my paintbrush with some water, and I've got a little bit of a paper toweling here, and I'm just kind of dabbing off some of that water because I don't want too much water, because I want to be able to control this a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I wanted to just go in on the sides and then work my way to the middle of the lantern, and because I want that kind of middle part to be a little bit lighter, so I'm creating a little bit of a shadow look or a shading look here. So I'm going from the outsides to the insides. And then once this is dry, I can go over this again and make it even darker. So I'm going to pick up a little bit more, and we're going to go in a little bit more from the outside of our lantern in towards the middle. I'm going to pick a little water up. I'm going to blend in some of this a little bit coming into the middle. And that was awfully dark, so I can take a little bit of water and kind of blend that out a little bit more. And if you get too much water on there, you could always take your paper toweling and kind of pick some of that up. So that is my largest lantern. And I did go a little bit around the line, so I'm going to see if I can kind of blend that out so you don't see it. So perfect. Alright, so the next color I'm going to use is my So Saffron. I'm going to pick up some of that color, and again I'm going to go darker around the outside of my lanterns, and then coming in a little lighter in the middle. And I really like these sketched images in this stamp set. I just think they're just so cute, and they're fun to play with your watercoloring. Alright, so I am going to heat set this a little bit because I do want to get my So Saffron lantern a little bit darker on the edges. So I'm just going to pick up some more of that So Saffron, and I'm just going to go in a little bit darker around the edges. And then I'm trying to leave, like I said, the middle part lighter, because then it gives the illusion that our lanterns are actually kind of round. So there's that. We're going to now move on to our Pear Pizzazz. I'm just picking up the watercolor or the ink from the top of the ink pad and then going in and blending that so we have darker on the edges. And I realized I forgot to do the bottom part of that So Saffron lantern, so I'm just going to go ahead and quickly do that. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and heat set this one more time. And then I just want to go ahead and darken a little bit more of the last lantern that I did in the Pear Pizzazz. And then I'm going to also do a little bit of a touch-up again on that Lost Lagoon color. I'm not totally happy with the way that one came out, so I'm just going to pick up some more of that color, and we're going to go around the edges one more time. Just like that. So that looks much better. So the next color I'm going to use is my basic gray. Squeezing the ink to the top. We're going to clean off our brush here. And this one I'm going to go work in these really small sections, so I'm not going to try to use too much of water on this. I could use that to be a little bit darker. And I am just doing the tops of our lanterns. And then I'm also going to go ahead and do that little, do I want to do that? I think, yeah, I was thinking about doing a different color for the ribbon, but I'm going to go with the color, the basic gray. So that is how I do watercoloring with my Stampin' Up! Inks. You can also do some watercoloring if you have the Stamp-A-Rite markers. So they're a lot of fun. At the end of this video, I'll show you a photo of a card that I made using this finished watercolor. So here's a card I made using that stamped image in the watercoloring. I just trimmed off the sides so that it's a little bit shorter than 5.5, and did a simple background of a black cardstock and some sewing along the outside, and added some clear sequins and a little bit of silver perfect pearls to the middle. And that pretty much was the card I made. I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, a list of supplies are down below in the YouTube description and over on my blog if you want to check them out. And here are 3 more videos. The first 2 are previous Monday motivation videos, and the last one was the Stampin' on Friday video that we just did that it also had some watercoloring in it. Head over to my blog to subscribe, and don't forget to give today's video a thumbs up, and I will catch you all on the next video, which will be What's Up Wednesday. Thanks for watching, everybody.